Locating 13 balls. 13 ball multi-ball, as my friend from Southern Illinois, Rob Craig, used to say. 13 ball multi-ball. This one needed NVRAM installed, and it had some corrosion on the 0.100 pin connector underneath here that connects it to the driver board, and I think we're good to go. But let's put it in a test and see what happens. Some of these games, they make a noise when you press the diagnostic buttons, and some of them do not. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason. Now it's making one. Going across the diagonal of the switch matrix. All good. Let's check. Oh, this got interesting dip switch test, which I don't, to my knowledge, White Star never used this dip switch on top of the CPU board. Coil test, and I will cycle them. And coil 6 did not light up. These next two that are lit are the flipper enables. I bet coil 6 is that, what is it, international token or something like that. So let me let this go. Actually, okay, 6. I'll watch it on the display. And it is not used. Now, it's a good question why these flipper circuits are lit up, and that may be because Apollo 13 was an early game and implemented the flippers differently. I know this driver board's good, so let me put a Harley-Davidson ROM into the CPU board momentarily. Okay, I have Harley-Davidson ROM in the board now, and let's get this into cycling. Well, that was solenoid 6. Of course, that was not used before. Or with the Apollo 13 ROMs, solenoid 6 is not used, so they never drive it. Now, there's the flipper solenoids operating correctly. I'll let this run till its conclusion. It's a little slow. I wish it would go faster, but there's nothing I can do about that. A little dipsy doodle in the way Harley-Davidson actuates these also. So this board is good to go now. I'll put the Apollo 13 ROMs back in it and make sure that the sound is working, but thanks so much for sending. Okay, I got the Apollo 13 ROMs back in here, and I just wanted to show you, this is kind of interesting. Speaker test is essentially the same as it was back when Data East / Sega was making their last batch of games, and the soundboard was based on the ESMT 2000, which this sound section is based on that also. This sound section is essentially a remapped copy of the last soundboard, independent soundboard that Sega produced, and I don't blame them for not changing the software. But here's the software. This is the same as, for instance, Godzilla. It'll do the 3 speakers, and then each ROM.
Washing machine to fly. And that, gentlemen, is how we do that. I want the procedure.
So left speaker, both speakers, and the right speaker.
If they could get a washing machine to fly. And that, gentlemen, is how we do that. I want the procedure.
That sounds like when I used to work at Boeing. This board for Apollo 13, you can tell it was actually from Apollo 13 because it has 3 audio output circuits, and Sega stopped doing that after this board. So this whole section, this heatsink and amplifier and this support circuitry, is no longer populated. All right, that'll do it. Thank you so much.